to another Friday 5 episode here on the Agent Survival Guide podcast. I'm your host, Sarah Ruppel. It is finally spring, and we are back with a regular Friday 5 episode of our show. Hard to believe that we are wrapping up another month, let alone the first quarter of 2025. But here we are. It is Friday, March 28th, and we have quite a few updates to get into today. Starting out with number 5. In an announcement made on March 12th, CMS earmarked 4 innovation center models to end earlier than planned. The Maryland Total Cost of Care, Primary Care First, ESRD Treatment Choices, and Making Care Primary models will sunset by December 31st, 2025. In that same announcement, CMS included 2 models that they do not plan on seeing through to implementation: accelerating clinical evidence and the Medicare $2 drug list. The Medicare $2 drug list was born out of President Biden's request for the CMS Innovation Center to brainstorm models that would reduce prescription drug costs. The idea was to replicate what Walmart had done back in the early aughts, creating a set price for popular generic drugs, albeit going for a $2 price tag as a starting point. I'm sure we'll be seeing new models introduced over the coming months, definitely something we are keeping an eye on. Moving on to number 4. Quick update, but I still wanted to mention it in today's episode. On Tuesday this week, the Senate Finance Committee confirmed Dr. Mehmet Oz's nomination as administrator of the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. Similar to HHS Director Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Dr. Oz cleared the committee with a vote of 14 in favor and 13 opposing, split right down party lines. No word on when his nomination will be voted on by the Senate, but that next step will likely happen in the coming weeks, if not days. Number 3. Late last Thursday evening, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services rescinded their changes to how Medicare special election period enrollments work for individuals affected by either a government entity declared disaster or other emergency. The FEMA SEP, as we call it, was set to change beginning next Tuesday, April 1st, and would have required all enrollments using that special election to be made by calling 1-800-MEDICARE. With the new memo CMS sent to all MA organizations and Part D plans, those changes will no longer take effect. According to the memo, CMS, quote, will provide further guidance on the SEP enrollment process at a later date, end quote. So still yet to be determined if there will be changes moving forward. But as for now, FEMA SEP enrollments can be taken by agents. We will have the link to our write-up in the Ritter blog, as well as the link to our running list of current FEMA Medicare SEPs in our episode notes. Number 2, on Wednesday this week, I had the privilege of being a guest on the 7 Figures or Bust podcast, hosted by Christian Brindle and Glenn Shelton. In that episode, we actually talked at length about some of the more recent CMS updates, so we will be linking to that episode in our notes. Definitely recommend checking out their show. They do a fantastic job of providing value for agents in their episodes, giving practical tips and acting as a knowledge resource, much like what we try to do here on this show. And fun fact, their 7-figure Medicare Agent Summit is coming up at the end of June. Craig Ritter, our CEO here at Ritter Insurance Marketing, will be speaking at that event along with many other industry leaders. That event is happening out in Salt Lake City, Utah. Registration is open now, So if you want more details on that, don't miss the links in our episode notes. And coming in at number 1 this week, on Tuesday, we launched the Content Library here at Ritter Insurance Marketing. If you didn't catch my interview with Lisa Lynch and Jeff Snyder, we will be linking to that in the notes. We talked all about this brand new resource for insurance agents. Essentially, we have created a library full of content for agents to share with clients. We started with 3 series: Medicare Basics, Travel Tips, and Senior Travel Guides. Within those series, we've broken down the information by topic, formatting it in a few different ways. Articles you can print out, digital versions to share in a newsletter or via email, one-page PDF takeaways, even social media content. And then we compiled the digital versions of all of those things into an ebook that you can share with your clients. With the creation step taken care of, our content library makes sharing useful information with your clients super simple. As Jeff said in the interview on Tuesday, we did the work so you don't have to. Super excited to see the content library go live and get that out to you guys to see how you like it. Ritter agents can access the content library at library.ritterim.com. And if you're not yet a Ritter agent, simply fill out the registration form to get access. You can visit ritterim.com and click on register to do that. And of course, we will have both of those links in our episode notes. A lot of updates this week. It has been a busy beginning to spring here on the Agent Survival Guide podcast. Just a reminder that if you have questions about what is going on with CMS or anything industry related, we would love to hear from you. Send us an email at asgpodcast@ritterim.com. We would love to chat and answer those questions for you. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you have a great weekend. Stay healthy and stay safe out there, and we will see you next week. The Agent Survival Guide podcast is a production of Ritter Insurance Marketing, an integrity company. This episode was written and produced by me, Sarah Ruppel. Script editing and fact check by Tina Lamoureux. Podcast design by Urban Rivera. Artwork by Vivian Zhao. Follow along with us wherever you like to listen.